This is Jimmy.
Nuclear launch detected.
Right on.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remaster. Today, an incredibly special best of 5 featuring 2 of the best players who have ever played the game. It's going to be Flash and JAEDONG in a best of 5. Flash is back under a barcode name. RJB sniffed it out, posted it in the Discord server, and then bam, everybody knew about it in the Brood War community. Artosa's made a video about it. And let's go ahead and go into game number 1 here on Citadel. Top right, it's going to be our white Zerg player still active. It is JAEDONG. Under a Smurf name as well. And in the bottom right, it's going to be Flash with his barcode name with 2 V's at the end. Woo! So how we sniff out Smurf names, right? We look for barcodes that are doing very, very, very well on the ladder in Korea, like S rank and like high S rank. And if we don't know who it is, then there's a program that says what their hotkeys are and their APM and what their, build orders are and all that stuff. And then all the information comes together, and basically it's a 98% match with Flash. So, not 100%, but this is Flash as far as I am concerned. And this is JAEDONG 100%, and man, it's a best of 5 here on Citadel. Woo! I am so amped for this. Hatch first in it here against this barcode. I don't think they know it's Flash versus JAEDONG here. But you have to take people seriously on the ladder, even if they are barcode, especially if they are a barcode. So Rax coming up inside the main base from Citadel. This is a weird feature of this map. This is high ground. Bump. So if you're right here, these people can't see you, these people can't see you. But I don't know. I do not know what the purpose of that little high ground is, but it's interesting. So Steve the SCV says, yep. Got a pool? Not a pool first. Very, very good. Good scouting. Mr. Steve the SCV is scouting the correct direction, and we are free and clear to expand, says Flash. So one Rax expand. We will see when he takes his gas. Boom, boom, boom. First 100 gas going to a lair, as the meta suggests here. That is my guess. And I don't know. I do not know. Maybe we'll see some mech here from Flash. He is always good with mech. He's good with everything, right? He made SK Terran look so good. Yep, 100 gas going to the lair. And yeah, so no gas here. Second barracks. So we are going to open here with a lot of Marines and a couple medics and maybe some fire bats. This Overlord says, I'm scouting you. I'm seeing that you're expanding. So it's no 1 base, 2 racks play. It's going to be a 2 base, 1 racks, and then a second racks later play. And gas right there. So, yeah, all's well. Steve says, did you cancel the lair to trick me? No, you did not. No canceling. Everything's A-okay. No Hydralisk Den. So there are going to be no early lurkers. No early lurker pressure. Very, very good. Good job, Steve. We've got Steve Merch at falconpaladin.store. He works so hard, man. He deserves to be commemorated on a shirt or a mug that you own. Alrighty then. What's the play going to be here? Academy, obviously, yeah, so we know what this is, right? It's Spire, because we would have a Hydra Den already. It's going to be Marines and Medics, because we didn't throw up a factory at all. All this gas is going to go to things like Stim, and Range, and Medics, and Fire Bats, and this is as pretty standard as we're going to get here. So game 1 of these players is going to be like, alright. What's the play here going to be? They're just playing it safe, playing it standard. Third base coming up left side from JAEDONG. That's a little bit dicey, right? We've definitely seen Terran players be able to shut this down and basically win the game. Because if the third base of the Zerg player dies, they can't keep up with the economy, they can't keep up with the production, They just fall apart and fall on their butts, and they died. It's very, very sad. Engineering bay coming in to deal with. It's about the right time to get, to get turrets up here. This is not going to be any kind of a +1 timing whatsoever because we're coming now. Which, Lings get on the run by. Ooh, fire bats. Le fire bats are here. So they go for the run by. Nice. JAEDONG gets Lings in. Sees the timing on the engineering bay. Says, okay, there are going to be turrets coming up to deal with my Mutalisks. My Sunkens do not appear to be quite ready. Oh my gosh, the timing on that from JAEDONG is absolutely disgusting. But there's only one. Lings have to come in and assist here. There we go. 2 Sunkens come in. This stage of game, 2 Sunkens is enough. Again, if you're late with them. Ooh, SCV snipes. Snipes, boys. All right. Yeah, another stimming to chase these Lings around. Dude, JAEDONG is kicking it. He's absolutely kicking butt and taking names. He just killed like 2 Marines, several SCVs. Worker count is 29. I mean, it's still good for JAEDONG, obviously. Lings on the run by here and just falling back. Flash is like, couldn't do what I wanted to do there. Mutalisks are on the way. Third base is up. Pretty safe, I would say. I'm not certain. There's real... Oh, he scanned the high ground to get that Overlord and supply block JAEDONG. That is a sick move. Sick move. Factory coming in. +1 attack is on the way here too. So again, not timing attack for +1, but we obviously want +1. No issues whatsoever with that. Anything else coming in? Any sign of a Hydra Den? Any sign of a Queen's Nest? Third gas, yes. Third base, more mutas. +1 flyer attack indicates more mutas too. Woo! That fire bat got away with 6 HP. Muta stack is only 5. But yeah, we should get more Mutalisks because we don't make the +1 flyer attack with 5 mutas. It's just not something that happens. Lings, rather, the Sunkens are taking down these eggs. If I click on those eggs and they die, sometimes it crashes the Brood War. It's one of the weirder bugs that I found when I'm casting. So I don't like clicking on eggs, especially if they're being attacked by something. Yeah, there we go. 5 more mutas getting fired up here. Starport on the way. Let's see. Factory. Is there an armory coming in? Are we going to get some Valks here in game 1? That'd be a ton of fun. Yeah, look at this. 4 turrets. This is not something you do if it's only 5 or 6 mutas. This is something if you sniffed out that it's going to be a ton of mutas. I think maybe he scanned, saw no Hydra Den, and said, yeah, all right, this thing's bunking. This has got to be a +1 muta play, which means there's going to be a lot of mutas with an upgrade. So let's get 4 turrets at the natural base and call it a day. Lurker aspects on the way. Queen's Nest coming in. So, I mean, it's not that we're skipping all that stuff. JAEDONG is too smart for that. Look, it's not a question of smart. Sometimes you can do this with Ling Muta with upgrades, but at the same time, getting Dark Swarm out and getting Plague out is exactly how you need to take somebody down, especially if it's Flash. Again, not that JAEDONG knows this is Flash, because I don't think he does. At least that, I believe that's what RJB told me. Science facility coming in, so probably just science vessels, not going to be Valks here. Muta's not really finding much damage. But, ooh, is that bait? Was that SCV bait? The mutas are like, we're not taking that bait. That is too scary, dude. Oh, a firebat wanders over to the third base and makes all the drones pull off. Because one firebat with stim is that scary. There's nothing. Oh, that's big. That's actually really big. Scan, sees the hive timing. Okay, so knows we're going to have to deal with Dark Swarm here fairly soon. I mean, not incredibly soon. Nothing to really panic about, right, at this point in time. Natural base scanned out. Sees Hydralisks. Just kind of chilling. Chilling like a villain here on 2 bases. No sign of a third base. Going for a Radiate here off the 2-base play. Science vessels coming in, keeping them alive as everything. Muta's willing to lose a couple Mutalisks to take down a siege tank. Because, yes, because he's definitely working on those lurks. This gas pathing is horrendous. What is this? Okay, like, oh god, again, willing to lose about 2 more Mutalisks there to take down the siege tank. Because guess what? Siege tanks are great against lurkers. Guess what isn't great against lurkers, especially with the Dark Swarm, all these Marines. Holy Greater Spire! What in the name of Fergus McDootson is going on here, JAEDONG? Why are you getting a Greater Spire? He's getting a Defiler Mound, which gets a thumbs up approval from Falcon here, but oh, Science Vessel, no. No Scourge, huh? Production tab says no Scourge. I feel like maybe is a mistake. Like the science vessels. Oh, that's a good lurker spread, though. That is a nice little concave setup. Science vessel dead. Irradiate. More mutas keep dying, but they're getting the big ticket items here. Science vessel killed. 2 tanks killed. JAEDONG is doing this pretty well on the slowdown, but there's still a tank in this group. These guys still have +1. Where are the lurkers at the third base? Oh no. The mutas need to buy some time for these lurkers to come back around. They're going to go in and take down the sea tanks, but the Marines at the third base are causing all sorts of major problems here. Yes, tank dies, but Marines inside the third base, drones are going down so fast. This is absolutely disastrous for JAEDONG. His third base looks like it's going to die. Reinforcements are getting picked up in the middle of the map, but I'm not sure that even matters. All the mutas go down. The lurkers get picked out. They're trying to hold it, but it doesn't matter. The third base is dead. There's nothing to save, and the third base dies. Oh my gosh, the lurkers in this position, they should have been in this position. I think JAEDONG just made that one tactical error of having his lurkers out in the middle of the map instead of at the third base, and I think that might have just killed him. His third base is gone. His third base is gone. Consume's on the way. Every Zerg player's like, all right, JAEDONG, just hold on. You'll have Dark Swarm very soon. Your Defiler's going to die before that happens, and that's a GG. Flash gets the win in game number 1. Looking so cool doing it, too. My goodness. That was absolutely fantastic. What a display. What an absolutely good display there of TVZ from Flash. But what else do we expect from this man? Right? We expect wins. And we're getting them here in game number 1 of a crazy best of 5. Fantastic 2-base attack. Marines, Firebats, Science Vessels, Siege Tanks. The tanks didn't come into play, but if there aren't any lurkers at your third base, you don't need the tanks anyway. Okay, the pronouns there were messed up, but you know what I'm talking about. JAEDONG needed lurkers here. If there weren't lurkers here, then the tanks weren't required, and there were no sunkens here either. So it's like easy rollover. Yeah, JAEDONG just made a couple bad choices and got wrecked, and he's like, okay, hold on. This Terran player means business. Let's go into game 2 and see what happens there. So end of the day, 48,000 to 40,000 points here. Flash gets the win in game 1. He outproduced the Zerg player, outkilled the Zerg player, and lost fewer units. That's a good setup. I mean, the mutas are doing some work, but dying to get that work done, right? And then, yeah, I mean, outspending a Zerg player in 11 minutes is rough stuff. So let's go into game number 2, see what's up next, and my gosh, hit that like button if you're enjoying this so far. What a great game 1 to get us started. All right, here in game 2, it's Retro. In the top right of a Retro, it's going to be Flash. He's brown. And in the bottom right, Orange Zerg for game 2 is going to be JAEDONG. So yeah, game 1 of these players played against each other on the ladder. Series of 5 games that turned into a best of 5 here. I think Flash is like, all right, we got to take this player seriously, man. I'm not entirely sure who it is, but man, it felt like Flash. I don't know if he thought that, but maybe he did. So... woof, so game 2. So excited to see what we're going to have here. Overlord scout in the correct direction. Terry the Overlord. Yeah, but there's merch, man, for Protoss, Zerg, and Terran fans available at falconpaladin.store. Be sure to check that out. Hit the like button, too. Right? If you just want to absolutely support this channel, support Brood War, support the Falcon Paladin experience, hitting the like button, commenting, those things cost you no money, just a little bit of time, tiny amounts of time, right? And I can tell you, I read every comment anyone ever leaves on the channel. Like, there are huge channels. There are channels that are bigger than mine. They can't do that. They can't do that. Like, you leave a comment on friggin' PewDiePie's channel, and there's no way he's ever going to read that thing. You can comment every day for 5 years. He's never going to read your comment. But for me, you leave one comment on one video, bam, I read it. I guarantee. You've ever left me a comment on this channel, I've read it. And maybe I haven't responded to it, but that's because some comments are just, you know, they're fine. No reason to respond to every single comment that ever comes in here. But the ones that need responding to, I respond to them. Recently, I posted a Ruin versus Soma PvZ that was great, just a couple days ago now. And I said, what's up? So I remember most of the incredible games that I've cast on the channel, right? So if you tell me, hey Falcon, I watched an incredible game featuring like Scan and he used Wraith to take down a carrier ball, but I can't remember, you know, exactly who the other player was or when it was, I can find it for you. and I'll give you a link to it. Like, some people have asked for replays where there have been infested Terrans used in a pro game, or, you know, other stuff like that. What was another thing somebody asked for? Somebody asked for a replay. Oh, like a long macro ZVZ with crazy insane trades. And I was like, yeah, I got one of those. And I linked it, and they were like, awesome. So yeah, if you're like, man, there's stuff we don't see a lot in Brood War, but Falcon's cast like 5,000 Brood War games. There's gotta be something in that catalog that I'm looking for. Comment. Am I sniffly? I'm sniffly today. Am I getting sick? That's not cool. Sick is not all right. All right. Man, it's been so long, too. I've been healthy for such a long time. All right, look. What are we doing here? One rack's expanding. There's the gas. Bit earlier. This might be a Macaroni play. Out of flash here in game 2. First 100 gas for JAEDONG goes into the lair. Steve says, yes, I see it. Wonderful. Good scout by me. I am Steve. I'm doing my job so well because Flash is controlling me. That's what we like to see. This has got to be a fact. There's no second racks coming up. A couple Marines just to stay safe. Because if you don't make anything and try to go into factory, it's like, okay, a bunch of Lings could show up and ruin your day. That's why Steve's down here. He's keeping an eye on the Ling production to see how many Lings there are, where they are they coming up to kill us, getting a bunker just for safety anyway, and then bam, fact coming up at 340 off the 2-base opener, 1 gas. Yeah, this is mech. This is mechany mech. Every mech player in the world right now. Good snipe on that SCV. Third hatch coming in, which indicates we're going to see more than just the 5 or 6 mutas to open. This feels more like a 9 muta open here from JAEDONG. He's like, the mutas did well in the last time. Right? That last game I played against this dude, whoever he be, the mutas were fine. They were not the problem. It was my lurker positioning that was the problem. My lack of sunkens at my third base, that was the problem. So let's go back into the mutas. I feel good about them in the situation. But this time, sir, you're going to have to deal with Goliaths instead of Marines and missile turrets as your anti-mutalisk setup here. So let's see how this works out. Let's see if the Goliaths can get Charon boost in time to show up with these mutalisks. Starport. Ooh, hold your horses, Batman. Hold your horses. Fast Starport to me is indicating Valkyrie here. Armory. Oh my gosh, it is. Okay. So it's Valks, but also Goliaths. I don't know. Let's see if we make a second factory here, or like a machine shop. That'd be a good tell. We're going for Goliaths, right? So no, it's gonna be Valks on the open. Comsat, Spire finish. This is tight. This is really, really tight for getting Valkyries out to deal with these mutas, because that Spire is finishing post-haste. But also, guess what? This is Flash. He knows what's going on. These Lings dancing around back here. Ah, kill a Marine. No, could not kill a Marine, tragically. Yeah, there's your control tower. Oh, it is going to be Valkyrie supported by Bio. Engineering bay for turrets to assist as well. Stim coming in. Yeah, I mean, Academy timing was a bit of a tell that it was going to be a bunch of barracks, right? Because the Academy that early, you don't really need it for the Comsat unless you're worried it's going to be some kind of a lurker push, right? Which it's not. He scouted the Spire. He knew what it is. So you could hold off on the Academy, start making the Goliaths, get the machine shop, get the Charon boost, and then go into Comsat from there, right? So anyway, we got 7 mutas here. Nice. Beautifully done. One of the missile turrets is not completed because the mutas killed the SCV building. It killed the second SCV building, that turret. Tragically. Then the Valkyrie pops in and they're like, oh, hold on. Let's make some Scourge. Immediately fires up some Scourge. No, didn't kill the Valk. Really tried hard to kill that Valk. The Valk micro was pretty good. If you do it correctly, it looks like the Valkyrie is spitting the rockets out of her back rather than out of the front of the ship. There you go. Scourger up. Scourger ready to try to make a connection there. What else are we building down here? Hydrodon. So, yeah. Maybe some Hydras would be good. Hydras are really good against Valkyries, it turns out. Third base pops left side. Low ground. Doesn't go high ground with it. A little bit of an interesting choice, because we do like to put lurkers on the ramp, don't we? Zergs. Oh, one of the Valks does go down. Scourge connections are good there. Really trying to worry about the mutas, and the Scourge came in and went bam. Took it down. Marines on the push out, though. It's like, all right, you can't have lurkers anytime soon. Your Hydra Den just finished. Just finished, friend. Mutas and Lings. Oh, he's trying to straight up engage here. Valkyrie getting some hits off. No, does get wiped out. Muta count a little too hefty for her. More Valkyries being produced. That +1 flyer attack gonna finish eventually for these Mutas. But all right, good opening here from JAEDONG again. I think the first 7 minutes of both of these games have been really JAEDONG favored. They've been different, but I think JAEDONG has responded properly to what's going on here. And Scourge, Scourge got one connection, and no! Valkyrie stays alive, 21 hit points, 3 kills. Only thing that the Valkyrie can kill are flying, so I'm not sure if one of those is a Scourge or what. My goodness gracious, that was fantastic. It was a very close hold. If that Valkyrie dies, I think things go very differently. Well, I don't know how many Mutas were left there. I take it back. I think that was probably a hold by Flash anyway, but Queen's Nest coming in at 8 minutes because, you know, that's how we like to do. Let's go ahead and get a scan in the main base. Yep, scan in the main base. Sees the Hive timing at about 8:30. Extra Evo chamber. And it's just Valk. I mean, we are really going heavy into the Valkyries here. Very, very fun, too. I like it, man. Let's see how Flash does with these. A Sunken at the third base. So, again, more... Okay, we're just jumping on this group. Do we have upgrades? No. No. 0-0 Speedlings are like, we could take these Marines with Stim and the range upgrade and everything else. What on earth? Vulture play with speed. Is this the one? I got a factory anyway. Might as well make some vulture play. I think it is. I think that's all this is from Flash. I don't think this is a mech transition from him. Not to say he couldn't choose to do it at some point, because we've definitely seen over the years, mech was way more popular back like 2008, 2012, 15. But the last decade or so has been a lot heavier on the SK Terran stuff, and maybe then transitioning into mech sometimes. This is... I'm just going to keep an eye on it. We see a barracks floating out. We know what's going on. This has got to be... We're going to get the speed upgrade, and then we're going to go into spider mines for these vultures. Getting behind this mineral line would be really sick. Hard to do with the lurkers and the Sunkens at the front, though. Defiler Mound on the way, because JAEDONG is an incredibly sick Zerg player. He's not going to skip that stuff. There's a drop. Yeah, we saw the dropship play. So we're just going to unload a little bit of Marine Medic up here. It's not like a Doom drop or anything, because we're also pushing the front a little bit. I don't know. What? JAEDONG! JAEDONG not responding to this is a little bit weird. Man, oh, there we go. He's just like, I don't have enough, dude. Calm down. Overlord dies. Everybody on the ground dies. Oops, Scourge take down a Valk, but another Valk remains. Then we unload round 2 up here. Adrenal's not done yet. We have no upgrades for the Zerglings. This is bad news bears. Lurker gets focused down and scanned. Still 0-0 upgrades. Hold your horses. This is a... Both players are running with 0-0 upgrades on their tier 1 units. What is happening right now? This has got... Yes, vehicle upgrades coming in. Flash is teching into mech as this gets cleaned up. Dude, I wonder how more effective... Like, how much more effective? Oh, the vultures get behind this mineral line. Are you kidding me? All the drones run. These guys all die. Yeah, that was the tell. There was engineering, babe. There were no attack upgrades coming in for infantry. It was a Mecharino play absolutely, positively here. But 0-0 Lings versus 0-0 Marines at 11 minutes. That's crazy stuff. So yeah, guess what? Bam, factory. Bam, factory. Still making science vessels, because they're still good when you're going to the mech stuff. But, man, spider mines are laid here inside the main base. The worker count is 45 to 44 for the Zerg player, which is actually pretty good. I don't think many drones died here. The drone evac, yes, lost mining time, but not the end of the world. Hydra is sniping out the spider mines. The spider mines put at the front. Vultures running around with speed and spider mines all over the place. Lurkers are like, please do not run by. It'd be really bad if you ran by this stuff. But the Vultures are like, nah, we're just Spider-Mining your front. We're going to keep an eye on you as third base comes up at the 12 o'clock here from Flash. Radiate coming in. We're not lifting the barracks yet, but also we're not producing Marines right now. Dude, drop ships with Vultures. I love it. I love this from Flash right now. He's so creative, man. A lot of the discussion around, once they figured out it was Flash, they're like, he's doing different stuff. That's what he's always been, though, right? Flash is always doing different stuff. He likes challenging himself. He likes poking out and trying new strategies. There we go. Barracks floating out. He likes trying to see how far he can push himself and his limits, which is why he went random in the ASL before he went into military. Because he just wanted to test his own limits. See what he's capable of doing. Playing not Terran against the best players in the world. And he did really well. His Zerg is bonkers. His Protoss is so good, too. Yep, there's your second armory. Already had the one early because we made the Valkyries and Overlords spreading out. They're like, hey, this is mech. We don't have to worry about a ton of Marines running around sniping our Overlords. Let's just go ahead, poke our Overlords out across the map, keep some vision going, find where these spider mines are, go snipe them with a couple Hydras, and have a nice day. It'll be great. Plague's on the way. Ultralisk Cavern coming in. Not a big fan of Ultras against mech. Unless you're dropping them, which as usual... Oh, they did the... Oh, drop? I think that was a drop. So Vultures make it into the fourth base in the bottom left here. Target fire individual drones quite nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4... Oh, the drone massacre is pretty big here. 7 drones go down there. Bad news bears. Plus they killed a couple lings. So 59 SCVs to 40 drones. Some death here. Good Dark Storm to protect these drones. But... the death here was bad. Plus, Vultures got into the main base again. Spider Mines. Oh, they both exploded on that Lurker Egg, but it's tough enough to take 2 Spider Mine hits and not die. That was kind of a sick move from JAEDONG. Holy smokes. He's like, that Hydra's gonna die. He's bracketed by Spider Mines. Hurry. Lurker Egg him. Fourth base coming up left side from Flash. A couple idle SCVs hanging out inside the main base. So again, if you have idle workers in Brood War, guess what? Flash does it too sometimes. Don't beat yourself up over it. Don't kill yourself for it. Try to do better. Absolutely try to do better. But at the same time, don't be like, I'm a failure. I've got idle workers. Because look at these guys hanging out. Taking some kind of a smoke breaker. I don't even know. I don't know what they're into here. So Consume is done. Metasynaptic Node is on the way. The Defilers are about as good as they're ever going to get. Wow. Going for a 3 Carapace play. This is almost crazy Ultra. This is almost like we're just going to have super armor on these Ultras, but that's better against Marines. I don't know why we're doing this against mech as the Vultures get into the fourth base again. Dude, these drops have been absolutely crushing for JAEDONG here in game number 2. These Vultures have +1 attack. The drone count is obliterated. 66 to 53 workers. These guys get cleared out, but that dude's got a couple kills. All of his friends have a couple kills. Those siege tanks have arrived now. You thought the Vultures were annoying. Good second Dark Swarm. Good D-Matrix on that siege tank. Good D-Matrix on the second siege tank. These Adrenalings are getting work done. Ultras roar. We have 1 attack upgrade, but 5 armor. That's right. That's what we're here for. And JAEDONG does manage to crush this. Get rid of this little tank emplacement out the front. Dark Swarm huge there. Ultra's huge there. Barely popping in time to help deal with that. Anabolic Synthesis coming in next. Traditionally, you get the chitinous plating with force speed, as is happening here. Okay, so look, Flash is on 4 bases. JAEDONG's on 4 bases. So from a macro perspective, this is looking pretty bad for JAEDONG here in game number 2. It's 62 workers from JAEDONG. He's recovered fairly nicely. Oh my gosh, more lurkers come in. More lurkers coming in, boys. 61 workers from JAEDONG. That's pretty good. Like 65 is the number we like to see. 5th base coming in south side, 6 o'clock from JAEDONG. Big fan of going more bases than your Terran opponent, especially if it be Flash. So what a very smooth mech transition here from Flash here in game numero 2. Game number 2. Okay, pushing left. So Ultras always look so weird to me. Spider Mines, no! Ultras eating Spider Mines. jumping on the tank emplacement. There's a Dark Swarm to assist, but the Ultras appear to be mostly already dead. Lurker doing a lot more work. Another Ultra comes in from the south. That Ultra dies. This guy takes out a siege tank before he dies. Trades are trades, man. Trades are trades. Play catching a single Goliath. Worth, I would say. 145 to 137 supply. Flash is down. Nice Defiler snipe there. Ultras have speed now. There you go. Now they're scarier. But the Spider Mine count is hefty enough. It's going to have to be drops. Or, again, you just sack individual Zerglings to clear out the Spider Mines with their little squishy bodies. So the Ultras don't take them, right? Oh, gosh. That might have been a take. Yeah. Oh, there was a Spider Mine connection there. Lurker gets killed by siege tanks here. It's kind of a weird, tiny army setup to the north. Lings running through the map, clearing out those spider mines. Technically, there's Hydra tech. You can use Hydras to clear out these spider mines, but against Mac, Hydras are going to really struggle against large siege tank counts with +2/+1 upgrades, which is what's happening here. JAEDONG swinging out. Maybe trying to catch these group from two sides at once. Nope. We're just going to catch this group here, I guess. Oh, there we go. A little bit late to the party on the left side from JAEDONG. But we're getting there. All right, so some tanks are going to die, and that's the key with Mech. Protoss, no. Whittle that tank count. Keep it lower than it otherwise would be. So maybe 3 or 4 or 5 siege tanks died there. There's still a pretty hefty chunk of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of them in the house. Good news is JAEDONG is taking the pressure to Flash, which is what you want to do, but the bad news is that Flash is expanding to a 5th base of his own here at the top left. So 5 base to 5 base, 71 SCVs. Oh my gosh, we're going queens to 64 drones. All right, man. So this is the strategy of queenage. We'll see if it works out. It doesn't have the greatest success rate of all time. Right? It doesn't have the greatest success rate against Mech, but JAEDONG's doing it, so we'll support it here. Spawn Broodling's getting researched, of course. Fire Carapace is on the way. This little guy's got some anxiety. I saw Inside Out 2 with my kids on Sunday for Father's Day. It was a lot of fun. Really good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think it's basically as good as the first Inside Out, which is pretty much all you can ask for from a sequel. It's rare that a sequel is better than the first movie, but that happens sometimes too. Anyway, Inside Out 2, thumbs up from Falcon and his kids. All right, this is tough. It's a tough little position here. Looks like the Dark Swarm and Ultra and Ling count is sufficient to keep this Mech army off of his face and his base, but more tanks keep coming in. That's the sound of an Ultralist dying inside the Dark Swarm. This guy too. This guy too. You think you were protected by Dark Swarm? Sometimes you're not. If you're too close to a friend, the splash damage hits you. If you're in the wrong position inside the Dark Swarm, if you're getting hit by tanks from the wrong side, you're going to die too. Yeah, this pressure is getting a little bit dicey, but JAEDONG is at 185 supply. Right? He's still got a big army here. A lot of it's in Queens. Not in the New York borough of Queens, but in Queens, who don't have enough energy to do anything yet. JAEDONG just holding on. He says 150 energy for one Spawn Broodling. What bunk, he says. I'm not sure he's got enough queens to actually do this anyway. He's got 7 queens, which means he can take out 7 of these siege tanks. But there are so many siege tanks, even with Dark Swarm. Ugh. Yeah, this has to be drops. JAEDONG, I don't know why we're not doing drops here, but running across open land to engage with siege tanks when you're a Zergling or an Ultralisk is a really tough time. This consumed an Overlord to throw down another Dark Swarm here. This is a slow strangle is what this is. Just setting up. Beautiful spread on the tanks. Some of them are siege, some of them are not. They've got +3 attack, +2 armor. The Ultras are almost fully upgraded, missing a +1 melee attack. And here we go. Now the Queens come in and 7 tanks die. But guess what? There are still 11 siege tanks here. And guess how much time we have to wait for these guys to do another one of those? Like 5 minutes. That's not good enough. Oh, hang on, hang on. There are more Queens over here. Bam, 1 tank down. 2, 3. 3. Okay, I guess some of the queens didn't. Oh, that one has enough energy for. Get him. Maybe he thought he'd have it in time. All right, hang on. This is going good. We're getting multiple spawn broodlings possible. You there. There it is. Okay. So queens. Good. Tanks are dying, but I'd like to point out again, there are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 11 siege tanks here. It's just you have to make so many queens if you're doing queens to wipe out the tanks. And I guess the idea maybe is to keep the tank count lower, so then your Ling Ultra is effective in dealing with this, but nice plague on those vultures left side, though. That's pretty sick. Look at Flash, just serial killer slowly coming in here. Yeah, this is just Mike Myers Halloween type stuff. Just slowly moving forward, slowly killing everybody you come across. There's no stopping ya. Nice plague on the tanks. It's a good maneuver here. It's 168 supply, but so much of the supply is in queens that have no value right now. This is why I don't like queens. I think this is it, guys. JAEDONG, he's trying. He really is trying his best here to dislodge the mech off of this position, but yeah, he can't even. GG, his base dies. He knows this isn't happening, and man, a 2-0 start here from Flash in our best of 5. Can JAEDONG come back and make this a series, or is this a quick 3-0? I'll tell you, though, if it is a 3-0, I will put some extra time at the end so you don't know, based on the length of the video, how it went. And I'll put some Flash and JAEDONG stuff at the end, too, so you'll be excited to see what's there, right? So keep that in mind. But yeah, beautiful mech transition. Didn't lose a base today. Really, the Valkyrie opening was pretty sweet. Dealt with the Mutos extremely well. And then, yeah, didn't lose a single base. Ended up killing a hatchery there. This hatch is going to die, too. And just spider mines everywhere, upgrades, splits, can't get enough queens to actually get the tank count low enough to where it could be dealt with. And man, Flash takes game number 2. Absolutely fantastic. 171,000 points apiece today, which is a weird score for a game where I felt like Flash was doing very well, but I think it's just the sheer number of Zerg units produced here by a 60 worker plus JAEDONG, right? 687 produced to 459. That's a major advantage, but then it's like a 4-to-1 kill death ratio. 4 to 1.5, I guess, is more what that is. Only 4 buildings died today. That's kind of hilarious. And then, yes, did outspend Flash, but he's meching, and you only outspend him by 4,000 resources in 23 minutes. If this was SK Terran, right? If this was an SK Terran, and Flash, you could have gotten away with this by having 4,000 more resources spent in 23 minutes, but against a meching Flash, no. No, it's really not going to happen. So that was fantastic. That was a really, really, really good game number 2 there. I mean, we're looking at something incredible. But man, all right, so that's game 2. Let's see if JAEDONG can flip this around. Hit that like button if you're having a good time. And what's game 3 have in store? Game 3 is on Apocalypse. Bottom left, JAEDONG. Bottom right, Flash, wearing a very smart yellow color, my favorite color in Brood War as well as Warcraft 2. So I played through the Warcraft 2 campaign back during COVID, and holy smokes, it is so hard, especially beyond the Dark Portal. I think I have a few of those VODs on Twitch. I think I exported them to YouTube as well. So if you want to see me play Warcraft 2, the campaign, let me know. I'll link you to them. And let's go ahead and see what's going on here in game number 3. Terror the Overlord scouting out to the top right. Top side, maybe 12 o'clock spawn. Yeah, it's a 12 o'clock spawn on this map. So, not going to find Flash, but by process of elimination, he knows where Flash is. So, woof. A 5-game series between these two players, man, in 2024. Did you ever think we'd get here? Flash versus JAEDONG in 2024? I don't know. I don't think I anticipated this, but yo, it is so good to be casting these two players And yeah, we got ourselves walling off with the barracks here. Very good. Very good indeed. Hatch firsting is JAEDONG, not going pool first in the first 3 games. But maybe he needs to mix it up because he's down 2-0 to Flash. And he's going to have to do something very, very good and very excellent to come back from this, right? Especially against Flash. Ugh. So, barracks coming up. No gas. We're going to go ahead and expand here. And pool and then gas here from JAEDONG. So we're not going to go ahead and do a Ling Flood. But Ling Floods against Terran, especially while going Hatch first, not effective. Not effective indeed. So the SCV says, hey, there's an Overlord scouting. So that means that JAEDONG is in the bottom left here. I wonder if Flash has any idea at this point that this is JAEDONG. They've played against each other so many times. I kind of feel like maybe he has an inkling that it is, but maybe not. Maybe not indeed. So what else is going on in the world here? Ooh, Deadpool and Wolverine is coming out this month? Next month? I don't know when it is. Sometimes this summer. I really enjoyed the first Deadpool films. I thought they were really fun. I think Ryan Reynolds really understands Deadpool as a character, which is something that's really important for these, you know, these comic book movies, these adaptations for something that came from one medium going to another medium. I think somebody involved in the project has to understand the thing you're adapting and love it, or at the very least understand what is loved about it by the people that do love it. Right? So at this point, ooh, those are some good hits. Ryan Reynolds understands Deadpool, loves Deadpool, knows why other people love Deadpool, and brings Deadpool to the big screen, and it's great. So now that Disney owns Deadpool, we are getting a rated R Disney film for, like, I think the first time in the history of Disney, which is kind of nuts to think about for how long they've been around. Anyway, a little bit of a 4 Marine push out here. This is like a Royal-esque timing. Royal loves doing this. Showing up with a couple Marines, and the Zerg's like, you're not supposed to come yet. You're supposed to show up when, you know, you've got medics and fire bats and stuff. And nope. No, says Flash. Definitely not. Ooh, this might actually work out for JAEDONG. Oh, look at that. Just completely shuts it down. You know, slowlings. Maybe not that bad sometimes. Maybe not the worst units in the game. Sometimes. Spire on the way. No big deal. Metabolic boost about to finish up. We got ourselves, yeah, second bunker and a second rack's coming in. Gas being taken, but barely being harvested from. There was one SCV. Now the second SCV just popped on. There's the third one. So just starting gas collection here. No sign of opening anything too crazy. SCV moving out. And these lings have speed now, so this is not even going to happen at all. Nope. I don't know why we moved out with this guy, other than, like, how many lings are here? And you could have just hidden a bunch down here and never would have, you know, never would have revealed themselves to Flash, but whatevs. Academy, boop, in construction. Another faster third base here with really nothing to protect it, except for speedlings, and there aren't that many of those. But see, the Overlord's covering the front, trying to see what moves out. If there's a group of, like, 10 Marines that started moving out this way, then yeah, JAEDONG would have time to make more lings, get them there because his lings have speed. Oh, and he uses the Overlord to scout and see if he can pop in here for a minute, and he does. And he gets a couple hits off on this SCV. This guy's like, oh, my life flashed before my eyes here. Engineering bay on the way, and perfect time to get missile turrets, and we'll see this time, right? We'll see this time if he actually starts getting a +1 attack upgrade here, and he does immediately. So he's not planning on meching here. At least not as fast as he did in the last game, right? It's not that it's an indication he's never going to mech. You can change your mind, right? You can change your mind about when you're going to mech, where you're going to mech, what exactly you're going to mech with. Did he rescan this? Did he scan this twice? I think he scanned this twice. Oh my gosh. Dude, JAEDONG is in love with his +1 Muta stuff right now. And again, he doesn't start off with a whole bunch of them. He starts off with a handful, and then he's firing up 4 more. Doesn't have a ton of larva available because he doesn't have that third macro hatch in this match, but these Mutas really haven't gotten a ton done as far as harassment goes. But they've been pretty good at doing stuff like picking off siege tanks, helping to wipe out pushes. more stuff in the middle of the map than stuff inside Flash's base, just because Flash's missile turret placement is super hot. So yeah, we just haven't seen Mutalisks get in on top of those SCVs at any point. Range upgrade coming in from the Marines. Just drones and drones and drones here from JAEDONG. And yeah, this Mutaflock looking good. 9 of them. That +1 flyer attack takes 8 years to complete. Can't quite 2 volley down. It's a 3 volley down on a turret. Yeah, 2 of these mutas are extraordinarily injured after taking down 1 turret. The cost effectiveness is not great here. Although nothing technically died. Hydralisk 10 coming in back home. Not going to skip lurkers, which seems like a smart thing to do here, considering how many barracks JAEDONG is seeing. He's like, yeah, let's go lurks and let's go again for that queen's nest and get that hive at about 8 minutes. That's exactly what is going on here. Scan, sees the third base, sees no sunken, sees no hydras, sees no potential for lurkers. So this might be a push out, stim push out to the third base. These mutas, their job is to make sure that never happens. Make sure that nobody... Okay, now it's the full stack. Well, almost 11. It's 10. 10 mutas are here with 2 more on the way. And, ooh, he did. He flipped out 2 of his mutas because they were injured. Where do you put them? The 2 really injured mutas. Did they... Oh, they're over here. Yeah, okay. So he subbed them out, right? Subbed them out. Gosh, that is 4 turrets firing. Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what Flash is looking at here to determine that he needs to get more turrets than usual, other than the previous game. They were +1 mutas, and there were more than the 5 or 6, and so maybe he's just assuming at this stage. Better safe than sorry. There's only 3 here at the natural base, though. 1 muta gonna go down. There it is. 1 muta goes down. +1 flyer attack has completed, though. 9+1 with all those mutas, that +1 adds up quite a bit when you're stacking in like that. It's basic, yeah, so it's +1 damage for every muta in the stack. That's 10. That's 10 extra damage when you're doing this. It's super good. Look at me doing math while casting. Like I said, super fast hive. Like, this is JAEDONG just being like, I don't want to die without Dark Swarm. I've been dying with Dark Swarm the last couple of games. But I don't want to die without it either. That's worse. That's a worse feeling. Control tower finishing up on a starport. Immediately a science vessel starts producing. From Flash. Muta's whittling down that marine count. Bam! Volleyed him right in the face. Injured Mutas continuing to kind of hang out and regen their health, and maybe they'll be useful later. Who knows? These wings. Let's see what's going on. Muta's dive bombing in. Oh, 3-4 of these mutas are, yeah, pretty injured. Losing 1. We add 1 to the, yeah, we added 1 that's healed up sufficiently into the comp. He's at yellow now, which is way better than red. Delay, 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 delay. Flash wants to move out and kill that third base. JAEDONG would really not just want to sacrifice a couple of these drones to make sunkens if he doesn't have to. You'll notice no sunkens at the natural, no sunkens at the third, because he feels like he can hold it without. And that just helps your economy, man. He's at 36 workers. He's got consume on the way, sub 10 minutes, which is just, is your consume coming in sub 10 minutes? Random Zerg player who plays ladder? Probably not, right? Tough ask to do that. So the lurkers burrow in, siege tanks, this is why. Now we have tanks. They can break anything here. Sunkens, yes. Lurkers, yes. When Dark Swarm starts popping on those bases, though, siege tanks are going to struggle a little bit more, especially against those lurkers if they're spread out properly. Adrenal coming in next here, and losing a muta for nothing. Didn't even dive in there. And this is a pretty big attack. 2 siege tanks, bunch of Marines. They've got the +1 this time, because there is not an intent to go into mech, but we are adding tanks into the composition here. This is not pure SK Terran. There are some tanks. Dark Swarm ready to rock. Consume is done. There goes the consume, consume, and boof. Oh, that timing was sick. That was impeccable timing. A lurker was about to die. One of these lurkers was like seconds. Single-digit seconds from death. Oh, I love this. Kind of pushing both. Locations at the same time. You just find us. What is the science vessel doing up here? I don't know, but it's dead now. That was really good from JAEDONG. Lurker pop. There it is. Siege Tank says, I got this. Nope, he unsieges. I don't got this, he says. Let's fall back. Let's fall back. Dark Swarm is here. Don't want to get jumped on. All right, so the mutas are alive. Dark Swarm is up. Zerglings have Adrenal, and they have +1 ground carapace, too. Marines are at 1-1 now, working on a +2 attack, working on more science vessels. That science vessel, that early science vessel dying is huge. Because you don't have to burn scans, and it's a permanent thing. Science vessel gets the detection for you, and it doesn't wear off. So new science vessel shows up. That first science vessel dying really delayed the ability of Flash to get on in here. So Ultralisk Cavern on the way from JAEDONG. Let's see if this works out. Dark Swarm, Dark Swarm, Dark Swarm, Dark Swarm. A little late on the Dark Swarm, but all 4 lurkers stay alive nevertheless. So, you know, not too late is how I would describe what happened there. These mutas are like, you only have... I know it's 1-1 Marines, but covering those tanks, yeah, not a lot of Marines covering those tanks. 1 take down. Oh, radiate. 2 takes down. Can't quite get the... No, really wants the 3rd one. Gets the 3rd one. Massive muta control there by JAEDONG. That was killer. Killer big deal. More consume, and it's going to be a Dark Swarm poke out. Oh, a Plague. Really nice Plague, actually. There are no medics with that group at all. More consume, more consume. 3rd base finally coming up for Flash up on the right side, and just barracks, 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 right? It's all sorts of SK Tyranny stuff here. Siege tanks, I think we kind of stopped adding them to the comp. After that first group, didn't really get a lot done. Ooh, Lings chased down some Plague Marines. Can't quite get all of them. There's one guy that was 1 hit away from getting massacred, as is the fate of many Plague units. Kindness plating getting started. Lings and Lurkers just trying to hold mid-game here. Man, couple medics down for effectively nothing is not bad. Go to Radiate. Scourge. No connections at all. Nice Plague-oo! Sick Plague there. Defiler dies for it. It was irradiated anyway. This Overlord that's been hanging out here, or the muta that's been hanging out here for a minute goes down. Lings just jumping onto groups of dudes that he... JAEDONG knows he's plagued some of these guys. Not most of them, but some of them have been plagued. So they're good targets for Lings just to jump on them and go jump, 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 jump. These mutas feel interesting to me. I think... Yeah, they're going to be here. I think they're just going to be used to try to snipe down science vessels. 3rd base is done from Flash. 4th base coming up at the 6 o'clock position here from JAEDONG. Lurkers say... Lurkers say, howdy hey. Scourge it up, scourge it up. 2 science vessels down. Big deal. Big connections there. Flash is not happy about that. I think he's lost maybe, what, 3 science vessels already in the first 14 minutes of this game. Not what you want to see at all. 9 ultras in production. Holy crap. 9 ultras at once. Big, big, big amount of saving cash there. That was a save up for making 9 ultralisks. When that ultralisk popped, Cavern popped. Oh, snap. Battle cruisers are on the way. The battle cruiser curse is in effect. Dude, that Ling got another kill. That's huge. The cost effectiveness of these Lings today against an SK Terran player is higher than average. At least in this game, I mean. Alright, so the ultras are out. These Marines are like, oh, we have +2 attack and +1 armor. Oh, they run back into a bunch of Lurkers. That's great lurker positioning out of JAEDONG. Okay, the Dong is fighting here, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to go gently into that good night. I really don't think he's planning on losing this. Not that he was planning on losing game 1 and game 2 either, but, you know. So, alright, battle cruisers, right? Big, chonky, they can soak up a lot of Scourge hits that would otherwise be going to science vessels. They can kind of clear the way for drops if you're planning on doing drops. You can just kind of put them with part of your army as just a hybrid, you know, SK Terran battlecruiser comp, and I feel like that's pretty sweet, actually. Because then the Marines can cover... Oh, science vessel goes down. The Marines can cover the Scourge, but a lot of Terrans do tend to use their battlecruisers just as, like, solo quest guys. They just run out on their own and do whatever they want, and sure, they'll soak up some hits. They can harass bases. Sometimes they can kill bases, but there's nothing worse than, yeah, battlecruiser steps out of their house, immediately gets plagued. Not my favorite use of battlecruiser, but they are the best target for plaguing that Zerg has. Right? Right. The best. Without a doubt. Here we go. Every drone that dies. Big freaking deal here. So both battlecruisers get Plague. They're big enough that Plague actually doesn't bring them down to super low HP, hilariously. But with Muta damage and Scourge damage, okay, both battlecruisers died. They took a couple Plagues. A bunch of Scourge died. 2 or 3 drones got sniped. I'm not going to say a complete waste of cash there, but not great. Oh my gosh, what is this? Why are you? Okay, Flash unescorted science vessel time. Not ideal. Really not ideal. This guy's like, okay, I guess I'm a scouting Ultralisk now. I send you up to see what's going on. No, don't clump. Don't clump. There you go. Split the guy off. Holy Ultralisk attack Batman. Incredible stuff here. And that, I mean, dead. That's it. Wow. GG. Flash taps out. Okay, so JAEDONG is down 2-1 now, but let's take a look at the... I want to see what Flash was looking at there. It's really weird to lose a battle in the middle of the map like that and then be like, oh, that's GG. Because look, it's 4 base. Your battlecruisers died. It's a 4 base to 3 base scenario. You haven't lost a base yet. I don't feel like you've lost hardly any SCVs. These guys, these Marines are at 2-2, 3-3s coming in. These science vessels going down was massive because there's no science vessels left with this group now. 166 to 142 supply. It still feels pretty good. And this group is coming out without science vessels either. I think it's basically like, oh, I have to deal with a giant Ultralisk army with no science vessels? Are you kidding me? Okay, and then this is where he GG's out, right? Yeah, I think that's what it is. What do I always say? How do you defeat an SK Terran player or kill their science vessels? Why is Flash so hard to kill when he goes SK Terran? Because he keeps his science vessels alive. Not in this game. Much sloppier with science vessels in this game than previous ones that we've seen. So yeah, several science vessels, 5 or 6 of them go down. Others are protected by the Marines, but for the most part, a bunch of them went down without too much fanfare, too much defense, you know? But that's just it. That is the fate of every SK Terran player in a Zerg game that gets late enough where Ultras start popping out. You can't beat this. You can't beat this many Ultras, especially with the Zerglings, with the Adrenal, without irradiating everything, right? Without several irradiates. 1, 2, like 4, 5 of these guys get irradiated. They're killing lings around them, and they're hurting each other. They're losing a lot of HP. And then, yeah, that's doable. That's clean-upable. But without that... it's just Marines. It's tier 1 units versus tier 3 units. And that really shouldn't ever be a thing where the tier 1 units can win. Although, I don't know. Sometimes Marines can do that in certain situations. Anyway, that was good, man. So JAEDONG ends up taking game 3. So let's see game 4, how that's going to look out for us. Again, not really any drops here. No real strong pressure either. We're just looking at reasons why JAEDONG won this game. The most successful harass we saw were 2 battle cruisers, which got 3 drone kills over here and died. There was really no push on the natural, no drops into the main, no attack into the third base that really did anything. These high-ground tanks were a problem, but JAEDONG wiped them out easy, right? So that all just came together to give JAEDONG that win. 100,000 points to 78,000 points in favor of JAEDONG, outproducing the Terran, outkilling the Terran, losing more than the Terran, but understandable. Only 1 building died today, which is bananas. And then this is the outspend you want to see in 17 minutes is a 5,000 plus outspend from JAEDONG, and that will do it, right? That'll get you the win. So, fantastic. That was so good. That was such a good game from JAEDONG, getting that win. So, GG. Let's go on to game number 4. This has been a ton of fun so far. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Game 4, we're back on Citadel. Top left, the yellow is Zerg this time. JAEDONG. Bottom left, Flash. Looking good, looking white. And white versus yellow. I don't think I've seen that combination for a hot minute. But, you know, red versus blue is kind of the color scheme that is basically not good for colorblind people, not colorblind people. Don't know what that means. And game number 4 here. So we've got the Overlord moving out, scouting along the top side. Excellent. Such good stuff. Not going to find any Terran there, but maybe Steve the SCV will show up on his scouting. But no guarantees. Fingers crossed for that. Terran Jam. Let's listen to it for a minute, shall we? That was nice. That was nice, wasn't it? So yeah, standard opening here. Although, just kidding, 2 raxing it. Thought about expanding, brought an SCV down to expand, and then was like, nah. Let's get a second rax up here. Lair popping up. Any sign of a quick third base here, because that would be pretty disastrous for JAEDONG. Because the drone scouted in, the drone did not see the second rax. Drone popped in, saw the 1 rax, got out of here, wanted to basically see if this expansion was coming in, got chased away by the Marine, and I don't think that Flash or that JAEDONG has that information. So this is 2 racks, no expander here from Flash. Getting an academy, so we're gonna get stim here quicker than we do if there's an expansion. JAEDONG not taking a third. This is big. I don't know how he sniffed this out, but it sure seems like he did. Whew. Spire getting fired up. SCV sees it, says, what's up, Mr. Spire? If you can hit a Zerg player right before that Spire finishes, or right after that Spire finishes and there are no mutas yet, and all this money is being saved up, you can kind of just win the ball game, or win the esports game, right? I think that's what Flash is going for here. He's basically being like, what's up? Oh, but look at how many lings there are. Oh, man. Okay. All right. So here's our dudes. And what? Dude, JAEDONG just jumps right on top of this group. Everybody dies. There's no... The micro potential is really low, and that's a GG. Flash taps out. These fire bats are like, wait, what about us? JAEDONG. Okay. JAEDONG sniffed something. We have to go back and look at him scouting real fast because... Nope, it's before this. It's even before this. No, he doesn't see the second racks. Come back, music. What the heck? How'd I do that? So then... So look, the SCV's like, I'm here to expand. And the drone's like, okay, cool. I guess you're going to expand then. Bye. And he doesn't come back in. But then look, this SCV is like, nah, we're going to use that money to build a barracks. This guy goes back in and starts working. So, like, okay, what? What on earth? Is this luck? Is this just JAEDONG being like, you know what? I'm just going to try to hit Flash with a bunch of lings. at a weird time. And he happens to coincide directly with the weird time that Flash is showing up to his base with the 2 racks play that JAEDONG did not see. JAEDONG does not know there's a second racks here. He does not know there's not a command center here. From his position, he doesn't know anything. So maybe these lings come down here. See, there's not a second base, and that's what tips him off? Is that what it is? Because, like, regardless, we're going to a game 5 here, which is awesome. 2 games for Flash, 2 games for JAEDONG. And we're getting a 5th game between these 2 players? Are you kidding me? How awesome is this? Incredibly so. So, look, dude's playing this. I don't know. He gets the Spire. He doesn't get a 3rd base, which to me just screams, I know you didn't expand. I know you're going 2 racks, but how? His Overlord never got close to a position to scout that. This Overlord's way over here. And just something he sees or sniff. Maybe these guys. Maybe it's these guys. No, because he's already made the lings. He sees this, but he's already got, like, the lings he needs to win. I don't know. Like, someone who's smarter than me, explain how JAEDONG knew this was coming. He can't. He couldn't have known this was coming. He couldn't. It's luck. It's gotta be luck. He just had to say, I just speed finish. Let's make a bunch of speedlings. Try to catch Flash off guard. Bam. Get into his natural base. Kill a bunch of stuff. Cripple him. And then the mutas come in and finish it off. That had to have been the plan. Then he's like, oh, well, there's a move out. Let's kill that, I guess, as long as we're here. Weird game, man. So weird. So kill death ratio 8-5 in 4 minutes. Sure. Resources, don't really matter in 4 minutes either. So game 5 is next. Are you hyped for game 5? I'm hyped for game 5. Let's see what happens in game 5. Game number 5, Cinco. It's gonna be, let's go red versus blue for this one. Bottom left, red, Flash. And on the bottom right, a blue JAEDONG. Back on Apocalypse. Overlord scout in the correct direction. Good job, Terry. Nicely done. And yeah, if you want to support the channel, you can do so by donations through PayPal. FalconPaladin@gmail.com is the address there. Some people like to do that in this age of subscription services, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, you can set up a monthly recurring payment, and then you're going to forget about it and be mad about it when it shows up again next month. Or a one-time payment at PayPal's done. You send the donation, you're good to go. Super chats are available here on YouTube too. One-time donations. People have been doing that a little bit recently, which is really fun. And then if you do want to set up a recurring subscription style thing, you can click join down below this video to become a member of the channel for as little as $2 a month. And patreon.com/FalconPaladin is available too for as little as $1 a month. And that's the best place for recurring donations as far as overhead of what the company takes from your money before it gets to the content creator. So basically it's about 3%. So 3% of your dono through PayPal goes to PayPal. The rest of it, 97%, comes to me. YouTube's closer to 30%, sometimes as high as 40%. PayPal is actually pretty low as well, like maybe a 1% or so. Just some things to think about there. Patreon the best way, I think, for recurring subscription support, and PayPal is the best way for one-time support. Again, FalconPaladin@gmail.com out there. Pretty easy. Again, JAEDONG hatch first in it, man. He has no belief in overpools or 9 pools or nothing like that. He is 100% hatch firsting it. He believes in his capabilities. He believes in his scouting. He believes in finding proxies before they cause sorts of problems. And Flash today is just not proxying at all. Just no interest whatsoever. He's going, oh my gosh, he's going CC first in game 5? Yo! Let's go! It's like, yeah, this is the 5th time I played this dude on a ladder here today. So tell you what, I'm going to go CC first. Immediately get it scouted by this Overlord. So that, I mean, and spotted that you got scouted too, which totally sucks. Oh, man. And this is where JAEDONG's like, I should have gone for an overpool. I should have 9-pooled this guy. I would have won. It's be a build order win. But instead, basically Flash is like, yo, this guy's gone hatch first every time we play the last 4 games. I'm going to command center first him. I'm going to go away with it. He's going to hatch first again. And JAEDONG didn't mix it up. He hatched first it again, and now Flash is up. He's just ahead economically, without a doubt here. 100 gas goes to Lair. SCV says, what's up, what's up? You actually took a hatch first play. That's great news for me. Because I didn't know that's what you were doing. I gambled. I can't believe it. I can't believe we got a CC first here out of Flash of this game. This is crazy good. But it's just reading. It's like, you don't know necessarily who this is, but you've seen this name a bunch today, and every time the dude goes hatch first, so you might as well respond by going CC first at some point, and it just happens to be here. Crazy, crazy fun. Well, metabolic boost is not happening. Wait, or did it already happen? Wait a second. Did he skip wing speed? He has a lot of gas all of a sudden. Like, more than he needs for the Spire. He's got a... Did he... What's he gonna do with the extra 100 gas? Wait, extra 200 gas. What is happening? Throws up a macro hatch. That doesn't help you spend your gas at all, actually. Metabolic boost. Wait, lings. No, these are slow lings. No, wait, no. No, yes, they are. Wait, no. No, they're catching up too easy here. Okay, he did get speed. He's just been saving up gas a whole bunch. Yeah, okay. So they've got speed. It just came through when I wasn't paying attention. He just had a ton of gas for one extractor here. Maybe it was an earlier gas than usual. All right, creep colony coming in. Oh, we're meching. We're meching right off the bat. Second gas is done. Mech. I love it. Okay, so this is where Goliaths are needed. This is where the machine shop is coming up. This is where the armory is done. Come on, Charon Boost. I mean, you don't... There it is. Okay, Charon Boost gets fired up as soon as I get away from the machine shop. Awesome stuff. So this is 8 mutas. This is 9 mutas, probably, once another larva pops here for availability. There it is. It's here. It's here. I found you. Is there another larva back there? Oh, we made a drone. Oh, just made a drone. So 8 mutas, and then the other larva's made a drone to take a third base, I guess. Because he says, I will have 1,000,000 mutas. Carapace upgrade coming in. What did he scout? Because, yeah, against Goliaths, you kind of want the Carapace upgrade more. Against Marines, you want the attack upgrade more. What? I am absolutely confused about what is being sniffed out here by JAEDONG, because he's got overlords in positions to scout, but I don't know that he's gotten deep enough to see that it's factories and Goliaths yet. I don't know. Let's see how surprised he is at this. Oh, he says, 1,000,000 Goliaths and some turrets. Great. Charon Boost going to finish up here. Vehicle plating upgrade coming in. And this is as, yeah. This is as SCV harassy as these mutos have gotten today. They are getting so much work done. Immediately, burrow comes in from JAEDONG. Is this a burrow trap? You've got to set up a burrow trap, I bet, for this move out. Or whenever the move out is. I'm not sure there's one coming soon. I'm just saying. He's getting burrow because that way he can do a burrow trap for whatever shows up. Siege tanks, Goliaths, vultures maybe. That'd be cool. Another macro hatch coming in. What is this game? This is so cool. Every time anybody opens up Goliaths against JAEDONG, I just remember JAEDONG versus Advocat from like 2008 WCG. Where Advocat, this lesser-known Russian player, goes mass Goliath, shows up, and JAEDONG just sort of dies. So like this, for example. How's your third base looking, JAEDONG? Not great, but also falling back. What is happening? Why are you falling back? You could fight at the third base if you want. All right. So you stutter step here, because the further you away are from the mutas, the better off you are. This is good stuff. Yeah, what a great mix of stuff this has been in this. Tons of mutas. I mean, okay, we haven't really seen anything weird from JAEDONG, but yeah, mech early, mech later, like mid, all sorts of mech all over the place here from Flash. And mutas don't have their Carapace upgrade yet, but it's very close. It'd be really nice if it would finish like right now. And come on, he's making more mutas. Come on. There it is. Carapace upgrade complete. Now mutas are willing to fight a lot more, especially only against 3 or 4 Goliaths. The turret's causing more issues, though, and the third base just kind of getting overrun by Goliaths, boys. And a couple Marines, just for the sake of it. Lings. Wait. These Lings don't have speed? I don't know. This third base is dying regardless. And what do we always say about third bases dying? It's like the end of things. It is the end of time. For every Zerg player whose third base dies. He's kind of got a replacement third base here, so it's not quite as dire as a lot of third base deaths are in this matchup for Zerg. He's got this hat tree that he can be mining from. He's going to replace it immediately. Get a Hydra Den, get an evolution chamber. He's restarting Burrow? Sometimes the production tab gets screwed up. Looks like maybe he's restarting Burrow. I don't know. Goliaths have +1 armor. They're going to get a +1 attack as well to go with it. Muta, Ling Flock. Oh, these are not speedlings. Look how slow they are. Why are we not giving these Lings speed? Oh, look at that. 3-sided. 8 miles away. Just crazy stuff here from these mutas. Just diving in there and being like, I know you have all Goliaths. I'm having some flashbacks here. Yeah, these Lings, they do have Burrow. Unless Burrow got canceled again. I think it finished. I think it finished this time. Who knows? Dude, Flash is going mass Goliath against JAEDONG. The flashbacks are real, man. They're really real. These are slow Lings. Why does he not have metabolic boost? Why did he research Burrow before metabolic boost? I don't understand. Oh, this is over. This is over. You don't have any speedlings against these guys? He's trying to get Hydras out to counter the Goliaths. Not a bad answer by any stretch. Look at him hunting overlords with this little group here. The mutas get within 20 miles of these Goliaths, and they're taking shots to the face. Goliaths do half damage to mutas because the muta unit type is small, but the muta attack range is like 2. And the Goliath attack range with Charon boost is like 10. So you get free hits is the entire point there. Yeah, muta count. Sunken's up, buying time for 10 Hydras to be produced. Okay, they're already about 10 Hydras back here. They're working on their upgrades. They're working on range. They're working on missile attack. I assume they already have speed, but sometimes on defense, range is better than speed. So we might be waiting to get speed here. Queen's Nest on the way. Third base is back. Not the end of the world here, maybe for JAEDONG. 44-39. Workers in favor of Flash. 118-89 overall supply. Goliaths against a Hydra Sunken combo. Not going to do incredibly well. Burrowed Ling here. Okay, and a Burrowed Ling here. Just to see, are there more Goliaths coming? And the answer is yes. So look, if we look at this. Burrowed Ling. The vision of a Burrowed Ling is surprisingly big, but also they're walking right over it. So he sees more Goliaths coming, sees exactly how many there are. There's an SCV, there's a siege tank on the way. And then this Ling's like, yo, just in case you missed it the first time, this is really, really crucial stuff for JAEDONG to see this coming. Yeah, this is setting up to be one heck of an attack. And more tanks start showing up. Surprising it's one siege tank. There's another one. Okay, there's 2 more in production here. And yes, 2 more coming to join the party. This is pretty traditional mech. I mean, absolutely 0 vultures. So not that traditional. But this is a fantastic game to end this on. How crazy is this? I am loving it. And we're going queens. No! There are like 100 Goliaths! There really aren't that many tanks, but maybe that's it. Maybe that's the idea. That there aren't that many tanks, so you kill the not that many tanks, and the rest of it can be dealt with? Oh my gosh, Spawn Broodling's not even done yet. These queens are not going to have enough energy for a Spawn Broodling for 20. This is it. GG Queens! Both the games! I don't know. It's a nice concave. It really is. But these siege tanks sitting back here going pow, pow. Not taking any damage at all. Hang on, hang on. Goliaths are kind of giving up their ground. Siege tanks are taking direct hits now. High-ground siege tanks are taking some misses on the attacks. Is this sort of kind of working a little bit for JAEDONG? I'm just going to say, the games where there are queens from JAEDONG do not look very good today, do they? No, not so much. Not so much. Oh, yeah. Third base is in trouble, but there's really not a lot of Terran here anymore. But, man, these 13 kill siege tank, man, those are Hydras it's killing. Those are not Zerglings that are getting killed. And GG! JAEDONG taps out, and Flash is your winner of this best of 5. Flash is back, everybody, and he just took down JAEDONG. Ooh, I like that little frame of animation on that tank. That's great. There's like a lens flare on it. Neat stuff. But yeah, 13 kills, and they're all hiders. That is some cost-efficient tankery. Yeah. So look, the third base dying was a problem, obviously. And the fact there just wasn't time for queens. I don't know what JAEDONG was looking at when he's like, well, there's a Terran army coming to kill me right now. They are set up on my doorstep. I'm going to make some queens, and I'm going to get Spawn Broodling, and I will be able to survive for the next 5 minutes while I wait for energy to come in my queens, and then we can win this. It's like, no, that was a terrible, terrible decision. Like, so terrible in hindsight. But even as it was happening, I was like, So look, how many queens did he make? Because I want to know if those queens were Hydras anyway, or Hydras instead, does this go better? So it's 1 queen, 2 queen, 3 queens, 4 queens. Yeah, that's a good handful more of Hydralisks. And if this wasn't dead supply, providing no value at all to the Zerg player, and instead was units providing value to the Zerg player, this would have gone maybe a lot differently. Yeah, what, like 5 more Hydras in here? I think maybe he keeps pushing. The other thing I really need to look at before I go crazy is, did he actually get speed today? Because, no, those were slow lings. I'm going crazy. I apologize. But just sometimes you got to double check this stuff. So here's our music. It's not great. You're just going to get rid of the music. No music. Spawning pool finishes. Gas is coming in early. Really early on the gas. And then spawning pool sits here. And then first 100 gas goes to the lair. And then spawning pool sits here. And second 100 gas comes in. And yeah, this is where I started noticing. I'm like, there's so much gas. Why is there so much gas? He skipped speed. He did. I wonder... Ling Muta against Goliath is pretty good. My goodness, he never got speed for his Lings. All right, time to speed it up again. Sometimes you guys say you like this stuff. You like the super sped up version of the game. Muta harass, 31 to 28 SCVs. Everything's looking okay, but then a macro hatch here. Instead of maybe some more mutas or some lings with speed, maybe he makes zerglings knowing he doesn't have speed for them. Third base goes down, and that really slows down the gas income quite a bit. There's not actually any gas harvesting here at all. While this hatch doesn't exist, it's all minerals all the time. Still no gas, by the way. What the heck? There you go. Then he takes the gas, and then he gets the Queen's Nest here at 12 minutes. And then he fires up the Queens, but, like, the siege tanks are already firing, man. Like, there's just no way those Queens were going to be useful to you. Bananas. Just a bananas weird game. I like it. I like it. For the last game of the best of 5, Flash comes out on top 3-2. So fun. Such a fun play. 89,000 points to 78,000 points there in favor of Flash. Got outproduced by the Zerg player, but outkilled the Zerg player by more. Structures raised 7 by the Terran, which is a lot of Zerg buildings to die in only 14 minutes. And it's an outspent here by JAEDONG by only about less than 2,000 resources in 14 minutes. Not going to work out. That third base dying was a big deal. And that's a GG. So well done. Like beyond well done here from Flash getting that win against JAEDONG. He's back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Is he going to compete in the next ASL? I sure hope so. That would be awesome if he came back. I know there was some... Like, the reason he's been gone is because there was some crypto scandal, and I don't know. The exact details of how this happened are not well known. It is theorized that possibly he got taken advantage of somebody. Somebody told him this was a good thing to invest in and tell his viewers to invest in, and then he got snookered along with everybody else. But, I mean, that happened to other big-name players like Bisu, and Bisu's still competing, so I don't know. Maybe Flash is more embarrassed by it than Bisu is, but he should just come back. I think we're okay. I think we'd forgive him. Come back and compete. Use your real name, Flash. We love you. Everybody loves you so much. Obviously, because you clicked on this and you're still at the end of the video, which is nuts. So, all right, that is going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War, a remastered and a best of 5 featuring who else other than Flash and JAEDONG. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.